Alright, so I normally don't do this, but because of what happened earlier today, which I'll talk about in a moment, I have my stream manager stuff up for now on my phone. And I'd say just hope for the best, honestly. You know, just hope for the best and, you know, and everything. See what happens. But, you know, check Discord once again. Make sure everything's popped off notifications. But I guess I'll go ahead and, you know, get started and everything. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and welcome to technically a second stream of the day, even though, like, the first stream that I did ended in slight disaster. So, for those that don't know, I attempted to do a little stream of my little series I like to refer to as Weapons Mod Wednesday, where I play some, like, you know, some classic Doom stuff and have some fun with, like, some sort of, like, you know, weapon gameplay mod, stuff like that. And I was streaming some Freedom 2 with the Blork Demake mod. And for whatever fucking reason, because you know, for whatever fucking reason, Twitch decided to cancel, you know, to can my stream. And the reason why I say it's Twitch, not me, is because, like, because really, like, everything that you see was, you know, shown properly and all that. I was live for almost about like an hour or so, but for some reason, Twitch decided to cut my stream in about almost close to approximately 3 minutes. You know, and I did not know that because, um, and I did not know that because, you know, I don't have a whole lot of people that come to my stream, you know, and, you know, let me know about this stuff, you know, especially mods, which I'm not holding anything against, you know, the people who I have as, as mods or anything like that. I'm not holding it against them or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's just one of those situations where it's like, you know, it really sucks when this kind of shit happens and you don't know about it until, like, it's pretty much already too late. Um, so yeah, you know, like you know, I originally tried to, you know, stream a little bit of that, but then, you know, and as I was about to end, I go to my, you know, PC channel side of things. I was about to put in, you know, like the raid command, all of a sudden, like, I saw that my fucking shield mode was activated, and that usually means that whenever that happens, that my stream is no longer up. So, yeah, you know, I didn't raid anyone, and I got rid of the stream because, you know, because like I say, it barely lasted for so long. So, you know, there was that. Um, And I also did a little thing too where I did not delete the previous save file and stuff that I had. So next time that I do Freedom 2 again, I'll be hopefully attempting, you know, to you know, to do, you know, continue, you know, go back to you know, that little point in time. So yeah, you know, that's how that went. And so I was like, you know what, you know, and I was like, you know what, as much as I kind of wanted to do, you know, some Doom, you know, some classic Doom stuff and all that. I was like, you know what? I'm actually just going to just play me some more Night Rain. You know, I want to play some more Night Rain. You know, maybe do more of uh, my little quad proccing executor run. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully everything goes well. So yeah, but I will explain everything in due time as far as the build, stuff, playstyle, what have you. But yeah, so last time I did this, last time I did this, I took on the first two bosses of the game, which was Tricephalos and Gaming Jaw. So now the next one would be Sentient Pest and Augur. And I know you guys probably stating the obvious that I'm an Onion Raider, and yes, I was playing as the Onion Raider because I was just kind of testing out I was testing out this little build in particular, seeing how things go. I'm just playing against the first boss, aka Tricephalos. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna show off the relics and everything, just to kind of, show you guys, how the build is. So I'm using Executor's Urn, which has a red slot and 2 yellow slots. Um, in the first slot, I'm using the Knight of Dregs, which is what you get for defeating the Dreadlord if you have the DLC. Um, it has three little things on it. So the first one is status element gauges slowly increase attack power. Attacks inflict rot when damage is taken, and rot in the vicinity causes continuous HP recovery. Second one is Knight of Miasma, which is what you get from defeating Caligo, regular Caligo that is. So Frostbite vicinity conceals self, changes compatible armament skill to shielding mist at the start of expedition, and attack power up when facing Frostbite afflicted enemies. And the last one is Knight of the Wise, which you get for the boss we're going to be trying to go up against today, which is Sentient Pest. Increases maximum FP, starting armament inflicts poison, and poison and rot vicinity increases attack power. Now, you may be looking at all this, you're thinking to yourself, well, you're probably looking at this and everything, right? And you're saying to yourself, well, Rumble, you said it's a quad proccing executor build, but I only see things that that have like triple proc. Well, if you go to the equipment level and you look, so Executor's Blade has an innate starting element, which is bleed, because why? Because of course it does. So basically, we got the innate bleed from Executor's Blade right out the get go. Um, you have you have the Sentient Pest relic, which gives poison, so you have bleed and poison. You have Chilling Mist, so that way you go, if you proc that, and everything, you have Frost, Bleed, and Poison, and everything, and then of course, if you take some damage and everything, then you get like temporary little, you get a temporary thing of Scarlet Rot. Now, that's how the build works, and with Executor, you build the proc stat effects. I'd say a bit more compared to the other characters, but yeah. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to go up against Sentient Pest first, and because it's in the rotation right now, we might try and do a little run against Everdark Augur to not only take on Augur itself in a way, but also to possibly get more Sovereign Sigils, because when certain Everdark bosses are a thing, I tried maybe grind up from time to time, to maybe use that to collect your sideboard. Now, the way that I usually do things with these kind of playthroughs is mostly like, I I always do trios, and for the most part, like I play with randoms here and there. You know, like I play with randoms here and there, um, and everything. And sometimes, you know, things go well. Sometimes things might not go well. Um, and you know, some of the little rules per se that I have is, you know, if both of my teammates end up leaving, then I will leave myself because, you know, you know, I'm not doing a solo thing, you know, in the trios expedition. So, you know, there's that. Um, you know, and go from there. And if I beat, you know, if I have actually, you know, some nice progress and everything like that, then chances are, you know, like I'll VOD stream or whatever. Most of the time I'll try to do like, you know, 2 bosses per stream. Um, you know, because why not? Um, and yeah, that's pretty much how things go, you know, with this whole run. Now let's say like, you know, if I beat Sentient Pest but I couldn't build anything against Augur, whether it be like, you know, regular or Everdark, then chances are I will probably I'll probably like, you know, just vlog, you know, like make like a little stream highlight on one thing, but not the other. Um, but like, you know, but like, you know, like let's say, you know, like if I don't have any good progress, you know, if I can't like, you know, say beat, you know, like Sentient Pest, for example, then, you know, I will, you know, more likely not VOD stream, and maybe like either A, I'll wait until I do it this next time, or, you know, like I'll maybe like try my luck on my downtime, you know, like you know, when I'm not streaming. You know, like, you know, like I'll just, you know, if I can have like a successful run, or like let's say, you know, Sentient Pest off stream, then, you know, like I will, you know, I'll show that. I'll show that run. And usually, like and usually for the most part, like, you know, I just, and usually for the most part, you know, like I will, you know, do a little thing with, you know, just showing like, you know, the boss, like, you know, the boss run. But like in terms of stream highlights, you know, stream itself, I'll need to show like maybe like I'll show like, you know, the expedition in full, you know, of that particular, you know, little boss or what have you. I think about like, like what they're, so I figure out, you know, like what they're doing. So yeah, that's, you know, that's pretty much how things go. Chilling messed up. Ow, ow! Thank you. Ow! Ah, God damn it! One more hit. That's one. Two. That's three. I'll do that. Sleep pot, sure. Gold pickle. Actually, I got 2 sleep pots and 1 gold pickle foul foot. do not mind that at all. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here because of this little secret little hidey hole, if you will. And see what kind of stuff's around in here. Take that because it's a two-handing type thing. Alright. Go over here. Go to this, with a hell, get a blast charge, so we can have 4 flasks instead of the default 3. No chest over here, which is fine. Sometimes it's, you know, it's random as far as, you know, if they ever get the thing or not. Alright, more of that. Now I'd say for the most part that I am probably going to be trying to keep my main weapon, you know, and if I'm lucky, maybe I can be able to, you know, if I'm lucky, you know, maybe I can be able to upgrade it some, I don't know. But, you know, like for right now, it's like, oh, I'm on, you know, to try and get this, you know, as much, I'm going to keep this as much as possible, see how much I can be able to upgrade it. Hopefully it gets me out of the storm in time. Okay, well, the Iron Eye is going somewhere completely different. I'm a little bit iffy on this because usually when people, you know, like they you know, they just randomly split, when they randomly split up, there's like the chances of you know, they're gonna like go down and, you know, like they're gonna go down and they're gonna like probably like DC or something, or not DC, but like rage quit. Wow, not even 20 minutes into the fucking stream, and we already got a bot. That's funny. No! Out of here. From... Oh, look at that. No skill either. Charge attack. Oh, I'm having to make sure. Okay, thankfully Siribot got the bot, even though, like, you know, even though they you know, they somehow, like, even though that they somehow, you know, got in to, you know, they were in long enough to fucking, you know, make a post, so. What was that? Okay, we're all level 4. hold on. Can I... Okay, thankfully I didn't have to do too much. Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you see those things, you know, it could have some pretty nice little stuff in it. You know, sometimes, you know, you might find a smithing stone, one or two, you know, maybe you find, you know, some sort of like, you know, maybe there's some other little stuff, so. I'll just do that for right now. Whoop. Who dropped the thing? Ah, okay. Alright, so right now, I want to say like I'm somewhat decent because, you know, like I got, I think, you know, for having FP, HP and FP restored, one thing for guard counters and attack power up and two-handing. Ow! I blocked that game. That was cheating. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. I guess we're going here to this lightning establishment. That's fine by me. I can be able to at most, and I'll use my that's spending stone 1. That should not have been a hit. Back here. Boost over here. Alright, stamina recovery speed. Level 7. What is it? Not really interested in something like that. We got hands, people. Ow. Hold on. Okay, that's not too bad of an idea. Because we could be able to get a another flask. Flask number 5 at most. And even though we don't really need to go over here, you know, like it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like a, I guess you say it's sort of like a random little common thing, you know, where it's like sometimes people, you know, will go to the shifting earth. But in the case of like not really needing it. I'll let them do the thing. Give me some poise. Give me some poise, bitch. Cause I was almost thinking about like getting that, you know, like no skill Astral Warrior shield, but you know I've already got one, and you know this one that I have currently restores FP, so I go and get the best of both worlds. You know, it's like I have, you know, one thing for HP, one thing for FP. Cause why not? Yeah. Let's see what's left. Warming Stone. One Warming Stone. Yeah, this would be a play. This shifting earth would be great if we were going up against Caligo. You know, because like, you know, frostbite, you know, frost, and you know, like frostbite, and all that shit. Oh yeah. that. Damage, frostbite. And you know, we're safe from we're good, safe from the storm. Ow. Now that old boy fell almost completely. But yeah. Yeah, even though like even though I got two katanas, I'm probably gonna be just like using this one for the most part. I use that for the offhand glint blades. There's a fucking scurb down there. Oh, god damn the fucking frostbite. There you go. I hate the damage that thing does. Like, I hate the damage how much that fucking roar when it does that frostbite shit does, and it's like, You know, you just like, you know, you just do nothing but get stun locked, and you just instantly just go down. Oh, I'm dead. Back. I gotta go all the way up. Something can stop me, because I have to go all the way up. Come on, game. Load faster, please. Yep, I'm all the way fucking down here. Lovely. Got him. The Hund of Molenia. Question is, will I have enough? Yep, I'll have enough to use it. The power of the undefeated. Jeez, nej, jag ska inte bara dra in här. Up in this now. Sure, I'll take it. Okay. Like, hey, wait, well, nothing go this way, I think. Oh, come on! what? And of course, there it goes. You know, this blah. Get out of the storm. Go. Now, we'll do that. We'll have big ones and little ones. We'll have big glint blades and little glint blades. I think it can be possible. I can't buy a ting. Yeah, you know, like now I can have some random little projectiles. You know, do some mini damage. Alright. Alright, so attempt number 1 against regular sentient pests. Stop doing the waterfall dance. He's going on the ground. Ow. I'm running. And that's the reason why I ran. Game, I blocked that. Nice. Nice. Okay, so we got that. Sell. Decent, but it's not the best, so I'm gonna sell. I think I'm gonna keep that because I'd say for the most part I can kind of, if I was to do that, I probably could be able to use that for like a Revenant or something, you know, because like, you know, FP on fist attacks and her, you know, her claw weapon is considered a fist apparently. So, you know, do that. Alright, so next up is Augur, and normally what I would do for the most part is, you know, I would usually take on regular Augur, but since the Everdark version is available, you know, for this little run, I'm actually gonna try and do that. If it'll stop doing this bullshit. matchmaking failed, and I'm to create session, and it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, like I don't know what it is per se, but it's like I feel like when it comes to Everdark Augur, in my opinion, it's kind of one of those little things where it's like I guess you say it's sort of like like the the whole like love hate relationship, but I'd say it's like more of like a hate but tolerate type of thing where it's like it's like I hate like I hate the direction that they went with Everdark Augur, but at the same time it's like I can tolerate it enough where I'm like okay if he's like where it's like okay if it's in the rotation and everything then I'll give it then I'll like give it a try, maybe do some more get grind for some more sigil currency and stuff like that. So now for those that don't know like why I have this little like feeling like, the whole hate tolerate thing, it's mainly because of the fact that they turn. It's mainly because of the fact that they turned Everdark Augur's fight into like a gimmick fight. Um, which is like I don't mind on certain occasions, but like at the same time though it's like at the same time though it's like it's one of those situations where normally so like normally if you pay attention to the game whether you played it or seen someone's sort of seen someone play or whatever. You'll know that the majority of the bosses have an effective weakness to their whole thing. So like for example like Tricephalus here like having holy like having something that's holy is effective towards it. And what it means is it's like the effective weakness that that can work for that particular boss. Now, in Augur's case, it's known to be lightning. Like Augur's known to be, like have like a weakness thing towards lightning. So, for the most part, it's like under like normal circumstances, if you will, um, people will, people will do a little thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to, like I'm gonna like try and look for look for lightning-based weaponry. Find out, like what I can be able to get and use, for my character and all that, and then, take on, and then use that, for the rest of the, rest of the session, and and all that. But like when it comes to, Everdark Augur, it's like, oh, for one, it's not the regular version of Augur that we're known to see. For like phase 1 or 2, it's a completely different version. Because basically what happens is, is that you start off with the regular version, well not the regular, you start off with the Invader version of Augur, and then afterwards, like once you beat that, it's like oh you get a you get a little golden dormant powers thing, and you think to yourself it's like oh maybe it's gonna be like a like a really nice weapon or something. But yeah, all it is just a +3. All it is really is just a +3 legendary version of your character's starting weapon, but with a new Astral War, which is known as Storm Ruler. And the legit problem I have with it is that that's the only thing that you can be able to use to take on that's the only thing you're able to use to do any sort of damage to Everdark Augur itself. Which essentially means that all of your fucking you know, stuff beforehand, you know, like all your little preparation and stuff beforehand, you know, is downright meaningless. I'm gonna go here to get an extra charge flash for my thing. Right after I kill this scurb, he'll stop running away. Okay, that's not too bad, I'll take it. Oh, I guess are we all now going up here? Well, I guess if that's the case, then I saw a particular little spot. So I think it's like over here, which could have the possibility of a chest. Past homeboy here, and there is not, which is fine. There's always one of those little gamble things where it's like, oh, you know, you never know for sure until you try. Until you try and, you know, look. What we got? That looks like blood. Yep. I must say like that was Bloodstar Beast because of how, you know, like how the position I saw was. But no, there's actually Gravelord Dwarves. One of Onyx's favorite little characters. You know, one of Onyx's little favorite enemies to fight for whatever reason. It's like I would never understand that. Like, why would you like to fight that thing? Okay, so ow. Raise poise. Raise the poise. Poise the raise. Let's see what we got. Owie. That's his dagger. Alright, what we got, what we got, what we got. Though I miss. Ooh, I got a ting. I got the grace of winding. I believe you'll find that was a double crit. I'm gonna get problem. I cannot do anything. How did that knock me down? Stop recovery speed. What bit is now? Alright, I'm gonna go over here. See what kind of stuff is up in these chests. Because you know, if you have the ability, you know, it's always nice to you know, try and see what's in these chests because sometimes it can be some cool stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, back to Everdark Augur though, it's like, yeah, you know, like, I hate the fact that it's basically made as like a gimmick fight, but I guess you say like, it's like a half and half type of thing where it's like, you know, part of me hates that it turns out to be nothing more than a gimmick fight, but I feel like the other part, I feel like the main reason that it kind of pisses me off with how they, you know, with how they did that fight was basically because of how they made it where it's like, oh, I'm going to, you know, make all of your little attempts as useless as possible. You know, make you feel like you wasted your damn time. You know, just trying to, you know, get the stuff that you need and everything. That's what kind of irks me. Excuse me, sir. If I can get a nice little level at least. Yeah, got level 9. What we got here? Spending someone. Take that, I guess. I can go to at least get my... Missed me. You missed, bitch. You missed. Yeah, that's why I did not stay. Actually, you know, allow me to do a thing. I'll get my health back. Oh, hello. Now we got Worm Face. Boy, and we got another giant wave. Get out of there. Get rid of the death light. Yeah. Sets of attacks, restore HP. Alright, ladies. What now? I guess maybe we're chilling at... I guess we be chilling at the castle. Hopefully, whatever boss is up top, you know, is actually something that we can do. Man, I will say, like, it's kind of nice, but you know, look at the same time that we somehow got a fucking, yeah, that we managed to get a Winding Grace. does this because it's like you have to wait until it somehow stops or something. Hey, Moonville. There I do the thing. I'll get a critical. Hits restore HP. Let's see. You can have that. Let's go. I'd say I got some nice relics. Well, nice talismans. I meant to say talismans, yeah. No scurb up here. Oh, look at this. Oh, I hate that move so much. Like, it just goes up in the air and just, just sprays all that shit. Nice. Where the ting? Where the ting? Like, where the ting? Here's the ting. of this now. Sure, I will use that. There we go, and ladies. Ow! Pardon me, forget about the old piece, sniff, 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 sniff. Excuse me, wolfies. Excuse me, wolfie doggos. Wait, what do we doing over here? Hopefully whatever's over here is actually worth doing. You know, like hopefully it's not like a fucking dragonic tree sentinel or a definite bird or something. Hopefully it's not one of those fucking things. Hey, pay attention, right? Yeah, how did he get poise broken and then all of a sudden he just fucking like, you know, just gets back up like he's not, like he didn't even get phased. Rain of arrows. Well, I'll get that as well, why not? Nabula. Yeah. I'm good with it. I'm good with this. Excuse me. Maximum stamina increase. Get out of here. Oh, get out of here. we sure that we want to go... I was like, I must say, are we sure we want to go to there? I think I might have already gotten whatever was in there. Let's see. 105, 165. Real. Ugh. Ugh. Ow. Pretty sure I blocked that. Ow. Get off your high horse. Nice. Fast ultimate art charge. Make sure you know both of me will do the thing. Alright, so yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully, it goes nicely. Village store, below. I'll leave that one out. Okay. Here to go. And get that as well. Because I have electrified armament. So I can be able to say it, you know what? I'll do that. And I'm out of that. I hate when my shots miss, and when I get interrupted like that, when it's not supposed to be a thing. Wow. Well, so every time I try and apply lightning to this damn thing, I take damage. It's momentarily stunned. Why did it take me off? Why did it do that for? Ain't got no hippie. Hey. Nice. Alright, GG's. G fucking G's. Let's see. Decent, but not good enough. Oh. Decent, yeah, we can throw the 3. Sell. Sell. Keep. Sell. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this stream and everything today. Even though like we slightly went off the beaten path of like taking on the Everdark boss, but but hey, like it was still it was still like the main like the main roster per se, and like it was the next boss on the list anyway. So so next time we do more Night Rain, it will be against Equilibrious Beast and Dark Drift Knight. And then probably, I might, I mean, even though, like, I don't know for sure, but, maybe we might do a little stream thing of, Dreadlord or something like that, but, I mean, not Dreadlord, Night Aspect. Cause, yeah, I'm not really wanting to face the fucking DLC bosses, like, I've had my fair share of them, done I've had my fair share with them, um, and everything. I've got I've got the relics that I've got the relics from them and everything. So it's like, yeah, it's it's that done. The only way the only way I would see myself really returning to, um, the only way I see myself returning to doing the DLC bosses is if, like, say, if Onyx wanted to, do more Night Rain, and he wanted to try and get, like if Onyx wanted to, get back into Night Rain, and he wanted to, you know, try and get the relics from the DLC bosses and everything like that, and it's like, okay, I'll try and help and, see what I can do. But yeah, we are going to end, and we are going to raid. We're going to try to see if we can raid in the very shadow. He's been live for about a couple hours at most, but he's currently doing some little Gmod animation stuff for a little upcoming project that he's going to be trying to bring to the channel, his channel, that is. I fucking wish I could be able to have him do special projects for mine, but I doubt that'll ever happen. Um, Man, and as I said before, I've always said this before, but like whenever, like I'm streaming and everything, and I see, Inverted Shadow streaming, I always like to try and see if I can, raid into him and everything. Now, I don't know 100% for sure yet, but I think probably for my next planned stream, um, which will hopefully be tomorrow, I might try and do some more Blood, aka Blood Refresh Supply, And I might try and do I might start on the post mortem episode, which pretty much like the final episode, which is like final episode thing of the main game, and then and then probably like sometime after that, I'll be attempting to play some of the extra stuff. Well, hopefully somewhere down the line I'll be attempting to play the Myro um, mod technically. So yeah. But as always, everyone, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and apologies if you were around the first stream and everything like that. Um, hopefully that shit doesn't happen again in the future. But if you enjoyed what you saw today, feel free to give the channel a follow and all that good stuff. And until I see y'all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.